Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 3 is finally out, and there are so many amazing new POIs, but in this video I'm going to show you how to build the Screwballer roller coaster found around Rave Cave in Fortnite Creative. Alright, to begin, I would recommend turning off these vehicle collision impact. These are bad for builds. So, first off, take a cylinder from any primitive shapes gallery, increase its size to max size, and then flip it horizontally. Then place two of them next to each other with a little gap like this. I like grid snap 4 for this. This is about the spacing you need so a baller can fit in and not fall out. And then I just recolored it because it looked nice. What you're going to do is you're going to copy that, and then on grid snap off, you're going to fly around and just tilt the pitch axis. All you have to do is pitch it in different directions, and that will get you the shape you want. You can make hills, you can make drops, whatever you want. If you mess up though, you have to go back to that original track, because if you pick one that has already been placed, the pitches are going to be off, and it's going to be really hard to make the correct track that you want. Of course, you might want to adjust your flight speed to make sure that you can place things more accurately. You should be able to see these like collision graphics whenever it gets close to the edge of the track. I would overlap them just a bit, but like try to conceal them as much as you can. There will be a little bit of standout graphics, but it should be okay. I also recommend periodically testing it by just placing a baller and running along the track. If there's any bumps, you can always adjust those. Just make sure that it's functional, and you should be good. And now you can just sit back and relax and watch this quick time lapse of me building the entire track. And of course, we have to test it out, so we're just gonna go through it. This is actually a pretty basic roller coaster track I've made. You could add more hills in this. I only made a couple of hills, but as long as you have an idea of the shape you want, you should be good. Now, there are a few errors I'm gonna mention after this demonstration, and you'll see very quickly there is a reason why you turn off that vehicle collision. But it's running pretty smoothly. Even if it's just a bunch of lines pasted together, it's fairly curved and it's moving pretty smoothly. There's just a couple of bumps, but that's just kind of what happens with roller coasters anyway, so it works pretty fine. And as long as your baller can keep climbing up, you should be good. Make sure it's not going so steep that it can't climb, unless you want to use the grappler function of it. And add suspense, just keep climbing it higher, add suspense, and we're approaching this hill. We're almost there, and this is where the error is about to happen. You might catch it, and we're about to drop. And if you did not turn off that collision, you could have a broken prop like that, and then everything gets derailed. Now, the tendency when it's falling is to fall off the tracks, so I recommend picking up a glass cylinder or a ring, or make some sort of ring around the track when you're falling, so that your baller won't fall out of the track. Now, if you want to do this, I recommend you do it before you place down all your tracks, and just take this cylinder and resize it and fit it into the original track, or fit it over the one you've already built. Whatever works for you. But as you can see, I'm struggling a bit, so I'm just going to take it and fit it into my original track. I mean, that turned out pretty good, but just for safety, I would take it to the original, which you might have to recopy to the side, just so that you can experiment with it. Resize it and fit it perfectly in there. Once again, I would recommend putting this on Grid Snap 4 if you've been using Grid Snap 4, just so it can line up evenly in the middle. And just make it fit. And you would just copy this when you're making the hill, and it should line up perfectly fine, as long as the height of the cylinder matches the length of the other tracks. And there you go, that's your roller coaster. Now, if you ever wanted to be in a video, I have a new opportunity coming up. I am creating a new series where we're building a new map where anybody can join and build a house, build a building, tower, structure, whatever they want. But the only way you can participate is by joining my Discord, which is linked in the comments, and this starts this June. And we'll be streaming on my Twitch, potentially on my YouTube whenever I can figure out live streaming. And it's important you join today so you don't miss out. Have a great day, y'all.